Welcome everybody back to TacosTheGeeks.com for more Fall Anime 2024 coverage. Justin here, and today we are back with episode 2 review of Uzumaki, which you can catch on Adult Swim and Max, or HBO Max for those who are familiar with it being called HBO Max. And a huge thank you once again to Adult Swim and Warner Brothers for the screener. As always, I do give you a brief synopsis. So without further ado, here we go. Hair twisting, bodies intertwining, spirals are developing all over town. And that's pretty much what happens here in episode 2. I will have to say, folks, I did see the comments for my friends. I did see the text messages for those who are not the manga readers out there. And for those who seem to be lost, I do agree with you that episode 1 didn't do a good job of explaining things to the casual audience, and it was really lacking in the character development department after really watching it again. Yeah, I can see how some people who are newcomers to Junji's style might be a little bit lost. And yes, I do agree they just took some parts that could have been a little bit more explained better. But I honestly think they're doing this on purpose to keep this thing and to keep the mystery of the spiral very, very vague and to keep things in suspense and tension. I know some people are getting lost, but I do suggest you stick with it. However, that being said, episode 2, if you're looking for some explanation, if you're looking for some character development, not really gonna get it here. You're not gonna get much of Suichi here because he's not really in it. Kirei is the key character here, but even she doesn't really get much development in terms of who she is and backstory. But she has a lot to do in this particular episode. I will say the main character of this episode is the Spiral. And the Spiral is making its move and putting the cheap pieces to the chessboard. And if you're looking for horror, I should say, this is pure horror. This particular episode, folks, pure horror. If you're looking for horror, you are going to get it here because the Spiral, whoo, really going for it. And I like, and it's not even just the body count because this is a decent body count here. But what I like about this is that we're getting to see the power of the spiral when it comes to manipulation, control, fear. And it does these outwardly things that, for me, like some of the characters, I will say one thing that did take me out. Some of the characters have like this New York effect or this New York kind of attitude towards things. And what I mean by that is that they're seeing things, and some might argue in the comment section, and I definitely will agree with you on this, is that the spiral is controlling because the spiral's so in control of things that even people seeing this is just like, oh, that guy's a snail now. Okay, I'm going on with my day. It's kind of like how New York is when we see so much shit on the subway. So when you see crazy stuff on the subway that you're just like, yo, I just hope this dude don't make me late. That's how some of these people who are not really heavily influenced by the spiral are reacting to it. They're just like, oh, oh my God, this dude's a freak. Okay, on with the day. That kind of took me out of it, but some might say that could just be the spiral's power. But overall, episode 2 brings the scares, brings the visuals, brings the creep factor. The spiral is making its move. There is a B subplot here involving two people having kind of this Romeo and Juliet type of dynamic. And honestly, I think it's a nice story, but I think a little bit more of characterization. If they got a little bit more screen time instead of being focused on Kirei and what was going on with her hair, which really is messed up, by the way, and just really showing how the spiral is just fucking with her. But I like what they did with the little Romeo Juliet B subplot, but I felt that a little bit more characterization there, a little bit more screen time for this. And there's actually 28 episodes straight with no commercials, by the way. So I like what they did with that particularly, but felt a little bit more characterization would have been better. And yes, folks, I know I'm gonna be a hypocrite here because I'm usually so big on story and characterization. I'm giving this a pass because it's only episode 2. Episode 3, I need to see, especially for the casual audience out there. I need to see a little bit more development. I need to see a little bit more of that raw emotion that we got from the first episode, especially when it came with Suichi and his dad and the mom and what was going on with that. This one was really just about the horrors of the spiral and what the spiral is capable of. And it's not a bad episode, don't get me wrong. But from a characterization standpoint, plot moving forward standpoint, I've said that the spiral moved the plot along and what it's be able to do. But if you're looking for more Kirei, more Suchi, then yeah, then you might not really like this episode that much. But if you're here for the horror, if you're here for the gore, if you're here to see what the spiral's capable of, this episode is definitely one for you. This is Justin from tacosthegeeks.com. If you like what we do here, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Helps out the channel a lot. Huge thank you for everybody who watched episode one's reviews. You guys are talking in the comment sections. You are all being very cordial with each other, whether you agree or disagree. That's what we like to see. And that's what it's all about here. We're all anime lovers at the end of the day. So whether you agree or not, you guys have been all respectful here. Thank you for that and really appreciate it. If you like anime, don't forget to check out our other playlists that we offer here on ONG, the Women of Anime. Once again, huge thank you for everybody who watched the Masato Kazaraki and Lisa Hayes episodes. Please watch episode 3 that's going to be airing. That is probably my most important one I've ever that you're going to see in this entire series that we're doing. Sarah Ringwald from Now and Then Here and There. If you've never watched that episode, if you never watched that particular anime, go do it. Trust me, it is a tearjerker. And if you like anime and you're a gamer, check out Annie Gaming. And we go through retrospects of various anime games. I'm right now focusing on the PS2 era. And that's going to be all the shameless plugs for now. Of course, WWE 2K fans, UWL, I will be doing Undisputed. I will be doing my career mode. So you'll be seeing that streamed at the UWL. So definitely keep it locked here. Much appreciated to you all. Wish you all the best, health, happiness, whatever. Be happy. Later days. Catch you on the next one.